I just didn't know why I was in there, and I was wondering what was going on, and I couldn't speak.
At just 23, she suffered through and survived a stroke. We first introduced you to Ashley Irvin last May. She went from being a collegiate soccer star to then fighting for her life, and now her heart is failing her once again.
But this Salt Lake City woman is still remarkably optimistic. Good for Utah's Nadia Crow joins us now in studio. Nadia, this is an extremely rare case.
Yeah, Kim, Ashley Irvin was just 19 years old when she found out about her condition of her heart. Well, basically, the left side of her heart wasn't working. And since then, she's had major hurdle after hurdle. But she says, much like a soccer match, she'll get through every obstacle in her way and will prevail at life victorious.
How's your appetite?
My appetite's awesome.
25-year-old Ashley Irvin sits with Intermountain Medical Center heart failure cardiologist Dr. Kia Afshar and chats about her heart and her heart pump she affectionately calls Gus.
They were like, okay, well, you need an assisted device, by the way. And I was like, okay.
Gus looks a lot like this. The heart pump is keeping Ashley alive now and extending her chances of getting a new heart in the near future. And it's working.
I always tell my husband, I'm like, I want to go for a run because I haven't been able to run for a long time, and I feel well enough to go running and stuff. So I feel awesome with it, but I'm really ready for my new heart.
6 years ago, you could see Ashley's heart in these pictures. She wore it on her sleeve or jersey every time she hit the field to play soccer.
I like tackling girls. I like being rough with them. I like pulling their hair. I liked putting an elbow in their face.
That passion earned her a scholarship to Idaho State. But in 2009, her doctors found the left side of her heart was enlarged.
Mine doesn't pump that well of blood throughout my body. So my muscles don't get enough oxygen, and so that's why I can't go for that long.
So that meant no hope for her collegiate soccer career, stifled at the age of 19 after she had a pacemaker put in. But not even her doctors expected the much longer road ahead.
I had a stroke. Couldn't believe it, but I honestly don't remember it. The only thing that I remember is that I was at a family picnic.
At 23, Ashley had a massive stroke.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been life debilitating. She could have been easily the equivalent of being in a nursing home and living the rest of her life unable to do normal activities of daily life.
But Ashley's spirit as a competitive athlete helped her battle the poor heart she was born with.
So the combination of 5 or 6 things, stars lining up, turned out that she's doing very well after the stroke, even though it's probably the largest stroke that anyone can possibly have.
But just last October, her heart failure took a nasty turn. At 24, it was time for a heart pump.
I always try to look at myself as a champion rather than someone that's more down in the dumps always.
And it's that attitude, that positive spirit, that Dr. Afshar says can only help.
She's one of our favorite patients. She's wonderful. She has such a positive attitude. She wants to do better. She doesn't look at her disease as something that's unfair to her.
And her shining light sparked friends to create this, the Dash for Ash 5K, to help Ashley pay for her mounting medical costs. $14,000 later, and support from all these smiling faces, Dr. Afshar says Ashley's time is coming.
Now we suspect that she won't be waiting more than 6 months total, and she's already been waiting 3 or 4.
But until then, Ashley keeps her perspective on life glass half full.
I don't know, I feel like your life's like a soccer match. Honestly, you have to go through all these trials. You have some victories, you have some loses and stuff like that, but in the end, you're either a champion or you're not.
And for Ashley, there's no other option than winning at this point. And her friends and family plan another Dash for Ash 5K this spring. Ashley hopes by then she'll have a new heart and she'll be able to walk, if not run the event. And you can learn more about Ashley or the Organ Donor Registry at goodforutah.com. Reporting in the studio, Nadia Crow, Good for Utah.